PSFU is the private sector foundation of Uganda, and it's essentially established to do four things. One is policy and advocacy for the private sector in establishing a conducive and enabling environment for doing business, grow jobs, boost the economy, and create sustainability for members, but essentially the economy as a whole. We're also responsible for business development services of our members and the private sector to ensure that there is growth. Our motto is business growth is our business. The third thing we do is we do capacity building and skills development of the private sector. We help to support young businesses, small businesses, micro businesses, businesses that are medium to grow to large, and large businesses to be able to establish a much bigger network. We also engage in building partnerships and ensuring that we partner our private sector people with the different institutions, Ministry of Finance, Trade, Agriculture, ICT. We have a growing youth population that is over 30 million now. We need to grow them in their capacities, in ensuring that once they finish work, they can get meaningful employment. And meaningful employment is no longer a desk job. It means being involved in trade, in business, in investment, in creating innovations that will bring in money. In the last couple of weeks and months, you may have noticed we have started growing beyond Uganda. We're looking at the East African community with Tanzania, with Kenya, with Rwanda, with Burundi, with DRC. The engagements are multifaceted. Of course, the biggest player or the principal player in the economy is government. Government has a mandate through the NDP3 to develop the economy. You may have seen the government has now launched the parish model to be able to develop the economies at the grassroots level. Those are our members in agriculture, in trade, in small-scale manufacturing, in ICT. We are working with government at all facets to ensure that we create a working relationship with them, to ease on taxes, to give us infrastructure, to give us power, to create avenues through which we can get seed, build silos for storage, but also to ensure that they help us in value addition. You may have noticed that the government has provided some credit facilities. We think some of them may not be enough, that UDB needs to be more empowered to give more loans, but we're also saying that we have a big base at the bottom of small, medium, but also micro companies and industries that need support. So we're working closely with them, working closely with Parliament, but we're also ensuring that internally as PSFU, the membership starts to think proactively, start to think outside the Ugandan market so that we can export. Right now, the PSFU is undergoing a capacity reassessment. We're looking at a strategic plan to be able to serve our members better, to ensure that this productivity can grow at all levels. The economy pre-COVID was projected at 6%. In the last 2.5 years, it really fell by huge margins. Almost half of that was cut. A lot of jobs fell. The economy really, in many ways, suffered heavily. But also, we are part of a regional economy and part of a global economy. The effects of Ukraine and Russia have not spared us. We've seen the rise in fuel prices. We've seen challenges in accessing resources. Many companies and businesses suffered as a result. Interestingly, we've had to engage government at all levels to ensure we restart a resuscitation of the different players. It's been slow, it's been tough, but we are beginning to see the numbers growing. We were part and parcel of the team that engaged with the government to remove, you remember we had a lockdown, which was only removed in January. We've seen some numbers beginning to grow, but obviously there's still a very big challenge in many places. Schools suffered, private sector companies suffered, but it's beginning to come out of that. And we think that our new strategy now is going to largely look at how do we resuscitate and bring in the necessary support that will grow our membership and also our fortunes. The last remarks for me would be that working with government at PSFU, we are looking at the region. Tanzania is opening up. We are thankful that the election in Kenya has ended, and we pray that it will end well and that normal business will come back. We have new doors opening in the DRC, in South Sudan, in Somalia. We call for members to join PSFU, become members of PSFU, so that we give you capacity building, give you skills support. We ensure that your advocacy and lobbying requirements are met. We shall ensure that we increase and bolster our established relationships and our partnerships with the development partners and government. But more importantly, we want our businesses to grow.